When I was packing this morning, I was like, my father-in-law, Joe, I felt like I was packing for vacation in a way. Because I'm excited to go. And I know that might sound odd to people here, but because I feel...
It doesn't sound odd to them.
Yeah, so I can't wait to see everyone. So happy to be able to go and be there.
Do you dare be joyful at a funeral?
I know, right? Yeah.
Do you dare?
Yeah.
Of course
Yeah.
you do, because that's who you are. Do you dare be so insensitive as to be joyful at a funeral? Of course you do, because you understand. You understand what it really means. So are you willing to connect with who you really are and with this dearly not departed? Or are you going to suffer with all of those who have departed even though he didn't?
Right.
Departed from their path.
Right. Right.
And using him as the excuse.
Right.
And it was easy to use him as the excuse because they used 100 things yesterday and 100 things the day before. They're all using a lot of different things to use as their excuse, and this is a really good one. Oh yeah. This will get me out of work. Yeah. Enough?
Well, one quick question. My mother-in-law, smart, intelligent, wonderful, very generous woman, and she's obviously going through pain as well right now.
Now you see,
Did I do it again? Yeah. So,
because it's a fact, it's reality, but we're just asking, but.
There's a momentum that has begun that I've stopped myself, because her brother died a couple of years ago, a couple of years ago, from Alzheimer's.
Are you trying to sort out, well, we'll hear you.
All I'm saying is that her sister is starting to... I know. So I'm just saying no.
There's so much reality to face. We need a nap.
I know. So I know. So that momentum's happening with the family, and I'm trying to stop.
But you're not stopping the momentum. In your attention to it, this is what we're getting at. So you're on your path, you're on your path, you're on your path, and then you start facing some reality and looking at it from somebody else's point of view and departing from your path. Departing from your path and not knowing you're doing it really because you feel justified in doing it because these are facts and this is reality. But we want you to feel the difference. Did anybody feel the difference in the conversation? Could you feel when the train left the tracks?
I even felt the difference when I was saying it. It didn't feel good as I was saying it.
Say again?
It didn't feel good when I was saying it. When I was saying it.
Yeah.
So
if alignment trumps everything, then you'll choose alignment rather than saying that.
Right.
You'll choose alignment rather than focusing on that. And a whole lot of the world who is dependent upon you being there for them because they don't know about this and they're counting on your attention for all the resources that they're getting. How many people look at the masters? You have long lists of them who became buried in that avalanche of need from others that they most usually succumb to because they forgot about their path till they croaked, then they're right back on it, telling all you about it. You say, you following this?
Yes. Yeah.
That's what we meant. It's harder with things like this because these feel like logical conversations to have. This feels like logical things to talk about. But if you've practiced enough on your own to realize that this thought feels on the path and this thought feels off, so this is where I'm going. And then this thought feels on the path and this feels off, and so this is the way I'm going. And this thought feels on the path and this one's off. And so until you are solid on your path. And of course, there are going to be new things that come up that take you over there a little bit. But soon you'll get so good at recognizing it early on that the momentum isn't big enough that you have no choice. In most cases, the momentum of the subject of death is so big that the human belief about it is going to have its way with you for a while. And you'll bounce back from it. But it didn't need to be that way.
Right.
You have the ability. So how is it? Hear this. Oh, this is what we came to help you remember. When you find alignment, which is so sweet, and then you lose it for a little bit that isn't so sweet, and you find alignment that is so sweet, and then you lose it and it isn't so sweet, and then something big happens before you've really found it, so it's really not sweet, and then you're kind of on that, so it's really not sweet, and then it's really sour, and then it really sucks, and then you're really suffering. It doesn't take too much of that before you remember, hey, enough. So sometimes we acknowledge you have to have the experience of really being off your path before you make a self-determining statement. Not going to do that again, not going to do that again, not
Right.
going to do that again, not going to do that again. Well, you're doing it all the time. You say you're not going to do it, but you really mean it. I'm going to find this at the earlier subtle stages. I'm not going to be dragged until the skin is all off my body before I get back on my path again. Next time I'm going to be more aware. And so gradually you come to this experience, to this knowing, to this determination, to this willingness, to this wantingness, to this desire to be in alignment first and foremost. Because you see, there are a lot of things that you don't run the risk of getting yourself just beat up badly. And so you play with it. Oh, this isn't so bad. Oh, this isn't so bad. What we want you to know is it's going to get worse. It's going to get worse. Serve yourself. Find alignment. Care about your path no matter what. And practice on the little things till you get better and better at it. So that when the big things come, you're ready for it. And most of all, Esther said to us the other day, Abraham, I'm having these feelings of regret about this that didn't go well, and 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 this didn't go well. And what she's talking about, this person I fired, and this person I fired, and this person I fired, and this person I don't play with. And we said, Esther, path of least resistance says you find the path that feels good to you. What you keep doing, those of you lovely people who want to serve others, is that even though you know this isn't best for you, if it's better for them, you try it. And even though it's not best for you, if it's better for them, you try it. And even though if it's not best for you, but it's better for them, you try it. And pretty soon you are so separated from who you are and what you want, and now you're full of resentment at them.
Right.
You see, just trying to help you out. That's what we're saying. It backfires 100% of the time. So what we wanted to say to Esther to soothe her, and what we want to say to all of you is, you're all doing the best that you can every step along the way. But if you will put into this formula of life that you are living, if you will put into this formula your awareness that you have launched the rockets, and that the source within you knows your path, and that the source within you is calling you to your path, and when you are moving in the direction of your path, it always feels wonderful. And when you let someone else say, they don't say it just this way, but it's what they mean, and they don't mean to mean it, but it's what they mean, and they don't mean to say it, but it's what they say, and they don't mean to mean it, but it's what they mean. Don't do what's best for you, do what's best for me. If you love me enough, you'll do what's best for me. And we say, you'll reach the place where as you find alignment and you find that true love, that you will then have love for them unconditionally. But if you're doing what's best for them before you find alignment, you will never have alignment. And then what you give to them will not be unconditional love. It will be conditional love. It will be justified love. It will be rationalized love. It will be you owe this to me and I owe this to you love. It will be looking for love in all the wrong places. It will be trying to fill a void with something that could never fill the void. The only thing that ever fills you up is your alignment with who you really are, you see. We think you got that.
Yeah.
Sorta?
Yeah.
Yeah. Your life is going to be full of lots of opportunities to see if you got it. And it's going to be fun, because in the experiences where you got it, it's going to be so sweet. Oh, and then the experiences where you didn't get it, it will be to the degree that you let the momentum go before you remembered and got it again, it'll be that not sweet. But the big news is you're now in control of the way you feel. You're now not dependent on other people to do something that they were never assigned to do. You're going to find freedom in the only place that it ever was, in your own alignment, in your own resources, in your own empowerment, in your own enlightenment. So now you go into this party. Let's not call it a funeral, just for the sake of clarity here. So you go in and you've been through a lot of things. You've been out of alignment and got back in, and you've been out of alignment and got back in. You've tasted the sweetness of alignment big time, and you've tasted the sourness of not alignment big time. And you're in alignment right now, and it feels really good, and you're in alignment and it feels really good. And now you're in a situation that has the potential of going south on you. But it doesn't, because you've practiced your alignment. You stay there in your alignment, loving them all, not seeing them as broken, because you can't. That's not who you are. Not even noticing their dysfunction, because you are so in alignment with who you are that you are now viewing this party through the eyes of Source, this party through the eyes of dearly not departed Dad, this party through the eyes of true alignment. All tuned in, tapped in, turned on, all full of well-being, all knowing the well-being, knowing your worthiness and that of everyone else's. And nothing that they are doing is taking you from your path. So there's no resentment, there's no justifying, there's no explaining, there's no groveling, there's no worrying, there's no blaming, there's no guilt. There's just alignment and awareness and acceptance and unconditional love, you see. Oh, life is so sweet. Really good time for a segment of refreshment.